What's up, beautiful image bearers? It's me, CA3, and today we're continuing on in the 8th chapter of John. Being around the 31st verse, what we have here is Jesus is still basically going toe-to-toe with the religious leaders of his day. And so in verse 31, it says, those who had believed in him. Because Jesus was bearing witness of his Father, and many of the Jewish people of that day were actually starting to turn to him, which of course, for the Pharisees and the Sadducees, was a big no-no because a huge part of their political power was also tied to their religious authority as well. They were so caught up in thinking that the Messiah was supposed to be some political leader that they didn't realize he didn't come to bring an earthly kingdom. So they completely missed who Jesus was because they were so focused on a Messiah coming in and bringing in an earthly kingdom that would liberate them from under, Rome. And when you think about it, Israel as a nation in the Bible constantly found themselves being ruled over by some other nation, whether it was Babylon or Syria or wherever. And so many of them would hear the prophecies of the Messiah, and they would assume that this Messiah was going to come and ultimately make it so that they'd be free and would never have to actually be under the oppression of anyone ever again. They completely missed the point. But yeah, people are starting to believe in Jesus and his message of a heavenly kingdom. What it shows is that the first steps in progress toward true discipleship is belief in Jesus Christ as the Messiah and the Son of God. You start there. And Jesus says, if you abide in my word, you are truly my disciples. And that will be the second step in progress toward true discipleship. So after you believe, you then have to stay in the word. You have to live in it. Not just stay in it reading and stuff like that. I used to do that a lot. I gained a whole bunch of knowledge from just reading, but I didn't have wisdom. And wisdom is actually taking what you know and putting it into practice. So it's not just enough to stay in God's word. You need to persevere in being obedient to his word, actually doing what it says. The Bible even tells us, what point is it for us to just be hearers of the word and not doers of it? So verse 32 comes in and Jesus talks about this idea of the truth. Many of us have heard this saying over the years, whether you're in church or not in church. And, depending on the translation, some people say it as the truth will set you free. The King James says the truth will make you free. But ultimately, the concept is the same. Once one comes into knowledge of the truth, it does open the door, because prior you didn't know certain things. So it was like being locked up. But Jesus is the truth, right? He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father but through me. And what is there to take away here, right? Jesus is the truth. Every worldview espouses an idea of truth. It tries to tell us how we earn God's approval or how we become our own gods. We're all pushing some sort of truth. But Jesus, as the Messiah and the Son of God, he was teaching the truth because he was and is the truth. And when we genuinely follow Jesus Christ, not only are we brought into the knowledge of divine truth, but we're also freed from sin's hold on our lives. The thing is, this truth doesn't come from intellectual knowledge. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I could study my way into belief for many, many years, but the only thing that will truly save you and change you is experiencing the truth, not just knowing the truth. Because if you notice, it says you will know the truth and the truth will set you free. That's two parts. It's one thing to know it. It's another thing to allow it to do what it's supposed to do in you. Jesus liberates us when he frees us from sin's oppressive rule in our lives. And guess what? He doesn't just free us from sin. He also frees us from the bondage of legalism. When Jesus Christ truly sets you free, it's nothing like it. You no longer feel like you have to earn his approval, and instead you just rest in him and you allow him to change you and form you, because it's not just about changing actions. It's not just about avoiding sin. It's about pleasing him now. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Y'all be easy. God bless you, and I love you.